This is a skill matchup, right? This is not something that Jax wins by default. And I think it's very snowbally as well. I do think if you get the Jax head early, it's really good. But otherwise,
side-eyeing.
Yeah, how are we feeling today? Are we gonna fight? I know we should. Peanut tries to take Dragon. Faker says no.
Yeah. Good luck. Go over there, stop that. As now we got the engaged Pantheon coming on up. Owner is here. Viper in a lot of trouble. Down he goes. First blood goes over to Guma, and now the bullet time as well. As well, Keria dies to the turret, so actually it is traded back. But the kill goes to Delight, and a wave is the opposite is also true. You were pointing at T1 picking up all 3 grubs
of that top lane, I assume. Owner just running, and the eventual trade will be a Dragon picked up.
Of the series, or rather beginning of the seasons, for all the players, but everybody's really coming online here towards the road to MSI, which you do love to see, including Keria. Bit of damage here on Zeus, who is Jax, but yeah, stun comes in, 1Q, and he's dead. Owner just easy dive, and now you've got a whole turret worth of plates given over to
Laning
Doran.
Pressure is there. Cole's cashed out for Guma to really add to that gold lead. All right, Doran trying to play for this turret. Might be fighting him.
All right, he's going towards the other enemies. He's buying a lot of time. The turret goes down. Owner tries to come in and save him, but Doran gets knocked up, and there you go. First kill, but now Nico, the massive ult over the top. And Guma's right there, but the damage doesn't go in. As now we got the engage coming in on Guma. He has to cleanse. He flashes, but he's not getting out of this one. Hanwha Life making something of this team fight. As Faker on the backside, Keria here alone as well. Triple kill for Viper, who has been totally untouched in this fight, picks up 3.
Well, there's that team fighting, fellas! And we said, yes, there's a gold lead, but the item spikes are really not that different, and I think we see it right there.
Now, but talking about champs that love to stick around for long fights and get multiple counter-strikes off, Jax is one of them.
Keria.
He is in a lot of trouble. No ult available. He's just dead. Root comes down, and now the follow-up, the recommittal here from T1, trying to save their buddy. And now Hanwha Life are going to get another flash away from this one. Guma is probably dead here. He doesn't have flash as the bullet time. It doesn't hit, but it doesn't matter. Zeka just takes the 1v1 Hanwha. Now wiping the floor with them. They're going to take down a Rift Herald.
It's a fork right there. Either Guma walks into it, Faker loses his flash. Guma and Keria end up going down.
The insta-cancel on that bullet time.
Look, he's almost about the mountain as the TP comes in from Zeka as well.
All right, they really want to fight for this one, but the Drake is already gone. And, okay, it's gone.
That was anticlimactic.
We're, like, building up to this, and then T1 just... Yeah.
They get mid turret, which is nice, but soul point.
Back to bot lane for you.
Back to the wave.
Turret in top lane.
That's all Zeus, by the way. He drew attention.
Yeah. He drove. So he's about to hit level 16. I think we're not having a lot of action now. We wanted to show something, but that's really the situation.
Flash.
Doran, yeah, I think he just doesn't do it now. There's just way too much rotation over here. 4 people kind of angling down there, so it's still a win for Hanwha to take him down.
Keria, if he can find it.
Doran's just pushing.
Or Fakers.
Wants to go for the engage as Faker just going to go golden, and now Delight maybe in a bit of an issue as everybody gets knocked up by the Nico, but the counter Nico comes in. They get onto that back line as Keria the first to go down. Guma's already out of the fight, as will go down Owner, and it's just a disaster. T1, they set it up, and Hanwha Life knock it down as they do not get the soul, but they get a massive team fight, and now they're going to get the top of the fight.
And then Doran, he's just a Yorick, man.
Yeah.
He's just a Yorick by himself. Can't get through. That's Nash.
Towards top side.
He just got his Zonias. Otacon picked up
forgot
here.
about Otacon.
I didn't.
Well, I did. Tried his best in the early game, 100% kill participation, but at this point, you are Pantheon.
All right, they're going to try for something here, but Keria doesn't find the angle, and Fate's Call comes through. It's kind of a broken engage from T1, and there's still 30 seconds of Baron. So they have this wave. They take down the turret anyway, and that's some tools taken away from the T1 side. Zeus not yet in a position where he can threaten a kill.
And you're like, okay, yeah, no, there's an issue.
Everything we said on the box stage is coming true.
Yep.
If Hanwha Life lock in, if Peanut's on his game, They should take it. Peanut is running into 4 people, and the ult here from Carrier only hits the Xin, who does not care. Peanut doesn't care, even if he dies, as now they get to the backline, and Kuma's ult does absolutely nothing, just dies immediately. Baker's got a good angle under the turret, but he doesn't have any teammates, as they're diving the turret. They're just tanking the turret, and everybody seems to have his on as everybody's going golden, and Baker just doesn't do any damage. He is dead. Hanwha Life stomp the fight, and maybe they take the game right here.
That's a red side win as well. It's Hanwha Life. Yes, they fell behind, but those team fights, man, they are just something else. The early skirmishes, we saw the signs, and Hanwha will be able to end this game. Carrier's trying to clear the wave as best as he can, but nah, there's just no chance.
Not having enough pull. They turn and take the kill first, and then they will kill the enemy Nexus. Hanwha Life, very nicely played game. They got down 4,000 gold in the laning phase. And
validated kind of by it, because you can knock her out of her ult and knock other people out of the ult. You have the ability to not let her... another very early back forced. In a matchup...
the charm, he has to flash. Would have died if he didn't flash. And Owner's looking for the dive in the top lane. Chronicler's very angry with me. Double knock-up as T1 just jump into it. Doran takes double turret shots. The TP takes about 8 years, so they're okay. With Ignite and Flash, like if the light hits him into a wall, then he's dead. Speaking of which, Faker walks up, and the exact thing that I just said comes to life. As for some reason, Faker just did. Good roam. That's the light. You're pretty good.
He is.
Gotta gas up the teammates, you know. Even though Zeka didn't show a lot of emotion, it's fine. Peanut is going to be in a lot of trouble here, as he does not have Flash anymore. Trying to give this kill over to Doran, maybe, but one more wins a war and he does go down. Okay, trying to go untargetable once again as in goes Faker, and finally they take him down. Owner picks up the mark, as it looks like that's what they wanted by the end of it all. Just walking.
Yeah, I thought that...
Faker gets there first, I think, with his ult.
It's pretty close. Zeka can also use the first instance of his ult. I think they're going to arrive around the same time. If Hanwha Life played a little slow.
Well, there's the equalizer. It's a good one, but the Poppy ult is even better as they go all in onto one target. Down goes Owner, and the smite goes the way of Peanut, and now this is really rough times for the side of T1 as in goes Peanut, but there's no damage follow-up, and Zeka still on the chase. He's going to hit the charm again. As there you go, another kill goes over to Zeka, and already the snowball is beginning for Hanwha Life Esports. It is an Ornn getting some free time with the bottom lane. Just importantly, gonna get those levels we keep talking about.
One of my biggest pet peeves with Ornn is when they do exactly that. When they're like, oh, he's a tank, we gotta just wait. At least let him hit level 14. Then he can start grouping. You know, like...
Stellates still has his.
So that's sole point for Ornn and Smolder. 18 minutes. I just keep repeating myself, but nothing else is happening.
Are we gonna get the return of Doomer Chronicler?
No,
it's such a rare skin.
That was dark times. we're not going back to that.
It was today.
We're not going back to that.
It happened earlier.
Valdez, I am a different man now.
You know,
I've changed. I've given up that life.
Come to terms with.
I don't think any other team, when it comes to playing out games for positions like this, is quite as slow and steady. Oh my God, he's going in.
The charm is going to miss, but it doesn't matter. He's so tanky. He's Ari. Look at his door. He's just dead. It's just a one-on-one solo bolo from Zeka. And
it's cooked.
Faker, you can't flash with the taunt anymore.
No.
Oh, not Doomer Chronicler.
It's done. It's done. Oh.
Okay, he's just unlocking Hex Flash. He doesn't have Hex Flash. He is going to knock away.
It's not done. We're so back.
The ultimate down. But guess what, guys? There's no objective outside of the Otacon. Now they're going to engage, though, onto Peanut.
Yeah!
He's dead. P1 looking for the objective. Zeka still here. It's okay. He stopped him at 224.
It wouldn't have mattered, right? Like, he's going to hit it. I know. We're playing it up.
It's okay, Doomer Chronicler. We'll make it through this together.
He's not real.
They're just going for the mid turret, and Carry is not. Yeah, he's not going to do anything about that. No Demolish proc. Yes, Demolish proc. They will team Petals.
Oh, Zeus also Level 14.
Trying to collapse here on a Faker, it looks like, who is just going to run into the river. Looks like he is okay. And they just want to set up position here on this Dragon, of course. Hanwha Life Esports looking for that Infernal Soul.
Viper just wants to queue people.
He's trying his best.
Oh my god. Well, Guma can heal it at least, but more of that poke hits, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, Zeus not really able to make his way in. Equalizer now going to do a little bit of damage. More of a zoning equalizer than anything else.
A little bit.
Yeah, Zeus did walk back over it. Faker in a rough spot, but he will be okay. In goes Zeka, though. Gonna get the charm here on the Owner. Nice amount of poke from them. Even the Smolder helping out of that. And now they just turn on the Guma and Doran, who are left out to dry by the team as everybody else was running away. And that's gonna be that early pick. Charm not gonna hit fear from Zeka, but you know what is really gonna hit hard? Orange Smolder with...
Wow. I swear, if Hanwha Life somehow lose this...
You're a changed man today. I don't know what to say.
I will believe.
That's crazy. We're getting a little engaged here. Owner very, very low. And he ult in from Peanut as Doran's so low. Get a nice ult away. As Zeus, though, is pretty deep. Delight as well, getting chunked out. But the damage from Zeka and Viper is just so gigantic. And even Zeus is still here. Gonna get the Naga, but it's a little bit too deep. Look at the health bars of T1. That's all Viper and Zeka just chunking them down. 5-6K ahead.
Yeah, once Zeka gets his...
Little flank.
Oh, little flank.
Little flankaroo. They didn't go in on that. Guma's alone, and the flank. Who's flanking who? What is this?
Is that Pool Bay?
I guess so. Except it's Faker, actually. He's might just die to Peanut alone, who is ulting in onto Galio. And yeah, he's just kind of playing with his food at this point. Guma left out to dry. And aggressively,
like very early on.
Yeah.
Well, might do that here.
Well, Charm's going to miss, but Carrier's not in fight anymore. Still going to try to get in there. He doesn't have
Owner, you got to get this.
Yeah, Equalizer comes down. Owner knocked away. And now they can just smite it down. Easy peasy. There it goes as, yeah. That's a Baron now over to the side of Hanwha Life Esports. They get it for free. Right, well, they're on vision.
Look at the poke.
The damage already coming in onto this Elder. TP is going to be pretty straight up. Poke goes down onto Doran. Zeka's got an angle, but he's spotted. And it's getting lower and lower. Bomb will be called, and in goes Zeka. Gonna hit the charm on that back line, and Doran's almost already dead. As Owner throws in the ult, we got the Galio over the top. Delight might be in some trouble, but Owner's already dead. As the jungler goes down for T1, and they don't have a fight afterwards. In goes the Nefiri. Peanut just hunting them down like the Nefiri you would expect. And it was over a long time ago, but Hanwha Life gonna put the nail in that coffin and take down this Elder Drake.
There you go. There's the aggressive flash.
Yeah. Well, there's the Elder.
I think he was waiting for Delight, and obviously also you got, which I feel like,
including Delight, has that upgraded locket. I think that was the item we were looking at that had like 700 health.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh. It's way too much. And Faker going for the desperation flank. He'll be able to live, it looks like, but again, living at this point, not feeling too great. Maybe it's still happening here. And the Ornhorn will be called just to force it underneath the turret. They're going to find Owner as the turn comes in, and he's not going to die because of his ult, but now he's going to die. Just a little bit after the fact. Hanwha Life Esports will be taking down this inhibitor turret and the inhibitor, and we'll be looking for the 2-0 here tonight in relatively simple fashion. Delight going to find another angle reminiscent of that level 4 gank that he got in mid lane onto Faker, which really started the snowball in this game. They don't quite have a wave, but they've got some little wolves to help out here. And it's just a done deal at this point. Got 10 seconds on Carrier, who won't be able to clear out the wave. So there you have it. 34 minutes, and Hanwha Life will take down T1 in 2-0 fashion. Not much to see here in the series, to be honest. We thought it was going to be closer. We thought it was going to be epic. But instead, Hanwha are just proving that they are the best.